Okay. And up to today, Calvin, I cannot explain to you what was happening. I can't. I cannot explain. They were there in the toilet and they start talking in Arabic, the usual stuff. Okay. All of a sudden, no one can speak English. Chess, nonsense, and analysis.
Yes, here we are again, Watu. What are we going to have a look at today?
Today we're going to have a look at a game I played in Libya, in Tripoli, in the Africa Individual Championship. This was in 2009.
Okay.
An incredible tournament, and I really enjoyed my time there in Libya. You know,
Okay.
and yeah, it was an amazing place. You know, Libya. Of course, those days. Muhammad Gaddafi is still alive and he's still president,
yeah.
And phew, I mean, I really, I had a good time, you know, and it was an incredible, I think, level of life as well that you saw with everyone living there.
Okay.
And yeah, it was quite a nice tournament, and I just remember that there was also this like very strong interaction with all the guys from Tunisia, you know, South Africa, you know, and all the other countries. It was quite a nice tournament.
That's nice.
I remember.
Okay.
So yeah, let's jump into the game.
Okay, let's jump.
But before we start, you know, going over the game, there actually is a follow, you know, a story before, because it's very interesting that in my experience, the Egyptians, you know, before they got complete domination, they were always using out of the board
tactics.
A lot of them.
Okay.
You know, actually, they stopped using them as soon as they had you know, Ahmed Adly and
Bassem, yeah,
becoming like much stronger than the rest.
Yeah.
And then they kind of stopped with their out of the board tactics.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you a story. In 1997, this is very interesting. 1997, we played a tournament in Cairo.
Okay.
And we played this tournament, the All Africa. No, it wasn't the All Africa Games, but it's the African Team Championship. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we in the South African team, it was myself, Mark Rubry, Jonathan Glackman, and two youngsters were in the team. Two very strong youngsters, promising, you know, for the future, but they were already very strong. And that was Kenny Solomon and Daniel Cole.
Okay.
So this was our team.
Yes.
And now another story comes to mind. Anyway, fantastic story, really. Another side story.
I'm sure we'll hear it.
So once we finished playing, all the time we used to, one of our main entertainment, we're staying at the Pyramid Street, and we're staying at a hotel called Lido. I can still remember.
Okay.
It was called Lido, Lido Hotel.
Okay.
And one of our main entertainment, you know, things was, you know, after supper, we would go and sit on the chairs and we would watch the traffic.
Yes.
And someone who's never been to Cairo doesn't understand. What's the traffic? But this is entertainment.
I
You
was
know,
there for the first time last year, I think, and I was
you saw
just
it, right?
to give you a small side note where we played the
Right,
venue, right? The
right.
venue. Now I'm experiencing the traffic for the first time, and our venue that we have to play is a sports center, and we literally have to cross this big road to get to the venue. So that would wake me up for every round. So I experience the traffic. I know exactly what you're talking about, Watu. It's
Exactly.
entertaining. Yeah.
It's entertaining. So we would sit there and talking, and we watch. That there's always something happening. People trying to cross this and that. It's just incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
So as we're doing this, we walked around, and Mark Rubry, he finds a shop, and he's always getting himself this six pack. All right, he gets himself this six pack, and every evening we analyze games, we do this, we do that, and afterwards, it's always nice team events like all the time, and he's
Yeah.
sipping his beer, and everything is good. So he does this, and I think the third six pack he goes through. Something told me just read this. I just took the one of the beers and I looked at it, and then I realized it's 0% alcohol.
Oh
Well, it's
my.
in Egypt.
Okay. I was
It's
going
in
to ask you, like, where did you guys find that? I was gonna ask you. Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah, it's in Egypt.
Yeah.
So I say to Mark, do you realize that this is 0% alcohol? It had crossed in his mind for
Ah,
some reason.
ignorance is bliss.
He took it, and then he drank the beer. And all of a sudden,
Oh no. What?
the beer doesn't taste so nice anymore. And that was,
Okay.
needless to say, that was the last time he actually offered us the beers now. Come
Wow.
on, okay, let's share it, guys. Do
Okay,
you want? Do you
okay.
want?
Okay, okay.
So that
Funny.
was actually quite nice. Anyway, in that tournament, we're playing against Egypt.
Yeah.
I think they had Egypt A and Egypt B. Anyway, we're playing Egypt A.
Yeah.
And in those days, of course, Adly and Bassem, they're kids. I mean, they are non-existent.
Okay.
We're playing, and it's actually. I remember many of the guys in Egypt were saying, like, "How do you guys keep your team? Your team is so young." They were saying, the South African team, and our team is, the guys are quite a bit older.
Yeah.
And I think the youngest player there was probably Sam El-Kindi. He was probably the youngest player, and the other players, were a bit older than us.
Okay.
Anyway, they viewed us as their main threat, and indeed we were, because I think in Moscow '94 we became first in Africa.
Okay.
And in '96 we were also first in Africa. I mean, at the Olympiads.
Okay.
At the Olympiads. So we're playing against them, and here's what happens: the match is tight, tense. Reaching the middle game, it's very, very tense. The match is tense, and I look at the boards. I'm playing against El Gindi. I have black, and Mark has got white. I think he's playing. I don't remember this gentleman. He's an IM. He passed away. He's the gentleman who passed away in Nigeria, where they had malaria.
Okay.
You remember, very strong player. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
May his soul rest in peace. Brilliant player. And so anyway, the match is tight. And then all of a sudden, the Egyptian captain, is sort of the chief of delegation.
Okay.
He comes over and he speaks to our captain. Our captain was Mark. Mark Rubry was our captain. So Mark then, calls me over. He waits for me to make a move. Then he calls me over, and he says, "Look what we've got a draw offer from Egypt. They are offering that all the boards draw."
Wow, first I've heard of that type of draw offer. Well, okay.
Yeah. So it's that type of draw offer. They are offering a draw offer, all the boards draw, and so we kind of say, well, okay, look, I mean, it's tight and so on. Anything can happen, and So we weigh our options. Okay, maybe a draw is not a bad result,
Okay.
right? I mean, on all four, we'll continue the fight by playing other. They're slightly ahead of us. We'll play against other teams,
Yeah, that's okay.
And so we wait for the other. I think Daniel and Kenny were playing. We wait for them to make the move. As afterward, then we tell them. So okay, we all say okay. Well, we accept the draw, right?
Okay.
So now there's four of us, sort of standing. The Egyptian players are sitting, and then we like okay, we accept the draw.
Okay.
So now immediately the mentality is like okay, it's a draw, and all right, and everything. And we okay, so we're just waiting for it to be confirmed and everything. The guy comes back and he says, no, the players are refusing.
Oh.
I say, what?
Hi.
He says, no, but the players, and this, especially Assam, because in those days Assam is got like a big rating, like 2480 or something. Like, he says, no, but what about his rating and blah 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 blah, and he wants to play.
Okay.
So we're standing there and we're like, but
what just
guys,
happened?
We were playing, and you guys just came and offered us a draw, and
Now you withdraw. Withdraw the draw offer.
Now you withdraw the offer, and so and all of a sudden the guys can't speak English, speaking Arabic.
Yeah.
Okay, we get on the board, we sit down, and we play. But of course, I mean, you've been disgusted.
That's
and they take us to
nasty
the
one.
cleaners.
Okay.
Yeah. So they took us to the cleaners that way. Okay, fine. Wow. And then okay, now fast forward to this game, and let's have a look at the game.
Okay. This is 09. This is against Adly.
Adly. So I'm playing him. I think this was actually very early, I think round 2 or something. Okay. And I have white against him. And okay, he always played the knight of that.
Yeah.
And I played bishop c4, f4. And I remember around about here, I'm playing pretty quickly here. And because I was, I was like, it was one of my main openings that I've was always analyzing. It was like really before the strong computers,
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you always did some work here. And I remember he was thinking, he was unsure, I didn't understand, because I mean, I always played the system.
Yes.
And I mean, surely he knows. I don't know, but I don't know. I can't explain it today. Up to today, maybe he was unhappy with what he had prepared, or I don't know what.
Yeah.
But he wasn't happy, and he was thinking, he was taking long. Okay, fine. That was always whether he was acting, I was thinking, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But for me, it was a good sign.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I'm gaining time, and so we continue, and then of course, this is not the most critical line. Is of course here to take the pawn. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the most critical.
Looks a bit scary to take. But
well, yeah, but I mean, there were games that were played. Topalov, Kasparov. Isn't there the game where Topalov beat Kasparov in one of the games? And but I mean, lots of stuff was happening there. But okay, he played Bishop 7.
Yes.
I played e5. So I was expecting him to take and play knight d7, and this is the theory, queen h5, and knight f6. This goes on and on and on.
Interesting.
But he played knight e4. I took on e4. I played c3. Okay, I didn't know any theory here. I didn't analyze it. I think But anyway, it's very logical. Knight wants to go to c5. I want my bishop to go to c2.
E2. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm really happy. He castles bishop c2. So I start playing, like very confidently and very quickly, sort of. We reach around this position, and again I go to the toilet. Libya, also Tripoli, very hot.
Yeah.
And we're drinking a lot of water, and I go to the toilet. So I'm not sure where, but around somewhere here. Um, okay, this is still not clear. There's a point where he's just in big trouble. Round about here,
Yeah.
like he's being taken to the cleaners. I mean, I think if you asked here the look +2 +3, right?
Okay.
+3.2. Yeah, he's just getting taken to the cleaners. I mean, pawn on e5, no defense on the king. All my pieces are there. I mean, it's just getting taken to the cleaners.
Yeah.
And round about here, I go to the toilet, and after I finish, this I try to go. I wash my hands. As I try to go out, there's like 7 or 8 Egyptians with Adly in the toilet.
Okay.
Okay. And up to today, Kelvin, I cannot explain to you what was happening. I can't. I cannot explain. They were there in the toilet, and they start talking in Arabic, the usual stuff. Okay. All of a sudden, no one can speak English. They're speaking in Arabic, and they're speaking within, but I can't get out. I'm trying to move past this guy. I'm trying to squeeze through. The
Yeah.
guys are blocking my way. You know, I'm waving my hands like, guys, what the heck? What are you guys doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they never, there wasn't even a complaint like you are always going to the toilet or you are whatever. There wasn't. They were just blocking my way.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the delegation. Because Egypt used to come with a big delegation, lots of players, but they used to come with, there'd be a chief of delegation, there'd be a captain of there'd be like 2, there's always like 5 or 6 guys with them.
Yes,
right?
That's not playing. That's just their part of the delegation.
No, that's not playing. That's just there to take care of everything, right? And so all those guys in the toilet, and I cannot get out.
Wow.
So I'm busy trying to get out, and so on. And I mean, this goes on for like 5 minutes. So anyway, after a while, they sort of just step aside and they let me go. And I get to the board, but now when I get to the board, I'm already distracted.
Wow. Yeah. I'm
thinking,
what now next? Yeah.
I mean, they got to me. They didn't make any complaints, nothing. They just having a huge position.
Yeah.
Now I come back, and they got to me. I remember I was there, like irritated and everything.
Yeah.
So, I go knight f3, which doesn't make. I mean, a move like h4 makes complete sense.
I was looking at h4.
Yeah. Just h4 and I mean h4 takes here. You take, I don't know, with the queen, or it's just winning position.
Yeah, black has
no played knight
real
f3.
counterplay there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I missed f5, and then he plays e5, but I've got f7 check, and but this wasn't my first choice. Obviously, too many pieces have been exchanged.
Yeah.
And he's escaped. Maybe very slightly better, but now there's none. Yeah, and we reached this position, and then a draw. Yeah. So actually, he escaped not by chess means.
You didn't ask him again afterward, or it was never discussed what happened in.
No.
It's a bit strange. I mean,
yeah, it was strange. I mean, the tournament was tense, and I never asked, but I mean, I knew it was clear to me what is happening. But as I say, it wasn't with the Egyptians. It wasn't a once off.
Okay.
From the time I knew about them, it was never a once off. There was always something. Always out of the board influences being used.
Okay.
And I think recently they've stopped it. because
Uh-huh.
they don't have to now.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Because they've got a player who's got 2,700, right? And so now, okay, he's gonna take care of business like that,
He,
but
he, he can basically flush. He can flush the rating now. You don't need to
he can
worry about the toilet.
exactly. So yeah, that actually, was something that, came to mind. But hey, man, that's enough nonsense for today.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I mean, it's good to hear from your experiences. One can never be too careful, and yeah, it's always good to learn from other people's experiences. So interesting stuff, Watu. Interesting game. You had your moments, and we definitely enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing more. So everyone, if you've liked what you've seen today, you want to see more, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and we will see you for the next one. Cheers.
Bye.